Hello and welcome to this week's live stream. I'm Christa and I'm your host for the next little while, and I have with me my good friend and business partner Deborah Jamieson, who is from Melbourne, Australia. And Deborah and I have both been working together with this wonderful product that we're going to tell you about tonight called Body Balance. So, Deb, why don't we start with maybe you sharing your own personal story of why you got so involved with this, why you became so passionate about body balance.
Sure. Well, for me, most of my life, I never had a very good level of health. Got very sick as a baby and antibiotics and, being not so good with dairy and growing up on a dairy farm, that wasn't so good. So I did get lots of bronchitis and infections and stuff like that, and that was kind of my life. But I was taught to push through, and then eventually I was in corporate and working lots of hours, and my body said enough, go to bed. I had chronic fatigue very severely. I had trouble holding conversations, just remembering anything. I'd lose where I was in the car, and got a bit dangerous. Got a bit dangerous. I'd sit down and fall asleep for a few hours and not know what had happened. So I also had fibromyalgia. I didn't realise until I'd always had it. I didn't realise that when you got poked like that, it wasn't supposed to hurt that bad, like you were bruised all over. So I tried lots of different things. I became a practitioner myself with Reiki and Shiatsu and things, trying to get well, and lots of other things. Went to doctors of Chinese medicine, naturopaths, all that sort of thing, and I got some level of health back. But I found I was taking so many things, and I'd take my cart, my little trolley of all the things I was taking into the next practitioner, trying to find an answer to improve my health.
Does this sound familiar to anyone out there?
Yeah, and I'd be rattling in the morning, trying to swallow things and gagging on things that I had to cook up that tasted bad, that sort of stuff. So that was my life, and not much fun, and very, very expensive. Very expensive to be sick. And fortunately, someone found my pamphlet, my little tiny brochure that I'd made on the computer, and invited me to come have a look at something different. I was extremely sceptical. Thought, I've tried everything. They all say it's going to do this and that. And I thought, well, seaweed, if it doesn't taste revolting, I know it has some good properties. So I went along, and fortunately, I was introduced to this lovely stuff here. And it tasted great. It was yummy. It was delicious. That was such a relief. And it was liquid, so I didn't have to swallow a heap of stuff. It was easy, and it worked. Within a couple of days, I noticed that I had a bit of a toxic headache. I was having a detox, but I could think clearly again. It was like the dots were connecting up again in my mind. And I knew I still had a long road of healing to go because I've been sick for so long. But it was, I knew I'd finally found the right thing. And I didn't really understand why for a little while, but now I understand so much better why it's helped me, and lots of other people.
Wow, that's great. That's quite a story. And I want to just pause here a little bit and just tell you the basics about what Deb's talking about, which is this product here called Body Balance. And like Deb said, it has seaweed in it. And I know that most people, when they think of seaweed, go, yuck, right?
What I did.
And the basis of it is aloe vera, still yuck for most people. So it's a simple product, organic aloe and sea vegetables. But it does taste good. It tastes very yummy. We've added a little bit of raw honey, a little bit of black cherry to make it taste good. And one of the things that I notice is kids love it.
Yes.
And if kids love it, it's got to taste good, right? So it's easy for people to take. And as a practitioner myself, also, one of the things that I know is that we are not getting in our food what we need to be healthy. Especially if you get all of your food from the local supermarket, which most people do, the soils that food is grown in don't have the nutrients that we need to be healthy. And if the nutrients are not in the soil, they're not going to be in your food. Our bodies need those nutrients in order to be healthy. So, body balance is my foundation also. I wouldn't be without this product. It's what starts my day every day. It's completely changed my life as well. And what it does is it fills in all those gaps that are missing because of our lifestyle, because of our diet, because of stress, because of environmental toxicity, because of all the things that we have to deal with on a daily basis. And what this does is lay down a solid foundation. There is over 120 different nutrients in this one product. Vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, all kinds of things that our bodies need to start building that level of health. So, how long have you been taking the product now, Deb?
It's a bit over 3 years.
And where are you now with all of that?
Well, I've improved, obviously. Anyone who knew me back then, I was like a different person now. And it's given me heaps more energy, balanced out my hormones, I sleep better, everything's improved because I've been able to get on with my life because when you're that unwell, and a lot of people don't realise how unwell they are till they get better, unfortunately it stops you from really living because you're so focused on I've got to take this then, I've got to take that then, I've got to eat this, not eat that. It takes up all of your time and your mental energy, and when you know that that's taken care of every day very simply, then you're free to go and do lots of other things.
Right.
So that's exciting. And from a practitioner point of view, I wasn't an expert in nutrition as such, but I did do some work in dietary energetics, so I understood food as medicine. But it was knowing that I could safely offer this to a pregnant woman or a breastfeeding mum, that was exciting for me without having to know anything.
Yeah.
I could just give it to anybody, a child, like you said, everyone. And, I keep improving all the time, and I'm kind of like, people used to comment like because of my age that I was just getting older. Yeah. And it's like, no, I'm getting older in years, but I'm actually feeling younger now. So it'd be interesting to see what happens in another year's time. And I've found that with clients too. It's like the longer they stay on it, because I'm obviously going to take it till the day I die, which will be a long time now.
Yes, right.
And not just longevity, but quality life. And it's good to see, it doesn't seem to matter what's going on with people, whether, it's any sort of illness they're having, whether it be serious or mild. I just see everyone's light turns back on and they actually get some improvement, and then it kind of opens the door for them to do other things to help themselves as well.
Yes.
So, you think, people will say, oh, suddenly I'm cleaning out all my cupboards, and just things like that seem unrelated, but they're not.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's it's fun sharing this with people and being able to offer this, just being able to offer something that's simple and easy that works to anyone that you care about is really amazing. And it doesn't necessarily have to be anyone you know well, but you've got a solution for everyone out there that you can safely offer. I think that's really, really important.
Yeah. So, somebody invited you to take a look at this. Somebody who cared about you. Somebody who wanted your well-being. And one of the biggest gifts I've been given was the person that introduced me to this, because for me also it's changed my life. And I've now been drinking this product 16 years. And like you said, every year it gets better and better and better. And as we get older, that you don't hear people say that very often, right? So this is a gift. Do yourself a favor. get back to the person who invited you to take a look at this and ask them, what is my next step? How do I get started? You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your life. Thank you, and thank you, Deb.
Thanks, Christa.